I want to give God all the glory and all the praise. And I just want to thank God for how far He's brought me. I want to thank God for everything that He does and everything that He continues to do. He's a good God, He's a great God. There is none like Him. You talk about like those that don't have a father, try Jesus. He is all right. Try Jesus. He is so good. He is amazing. He is all the father, the husband, everything that you need and then some. He's just an amazing God. And I love being with the Lord. I love being in the Spirit. I love being in the glory. I look forward every day to be with the Lord. Although I know that the Lord said He'll never leave us nor forsaken Him, but there's just something about being in that weighty presence of God. His weighty presence of God that comes and it just hovers and it's just such a weight of His glory that is upon you. And you just want to lay somewhere and just like be in the very realm of His love and just like that worship and that freedom and just a sense of like everything's going to be all right, the sense of healing, the sense of strength, the sense of a clear mind and the clear conscience, the sense of a clear heart where you just feel like you just love everybody because you've been in the glory, you've been with the Lord. It's like this person does this person does that. What did you say? Okay, being with His love just overshadow all things. And I just love being with the Lord. I love being with the Lord. He's just amazing. So he's so amazing. So I'm gonna share an experience I had with the Lord. It's actually a trance where the Lord transported me into different places. And this thing, when I got transported, I was so high in the spirit. When I came out of the trance, if I didn't write everything down, I don't know if I would have been able to remember everything that happened. So every now and again, I might have to look down in my notes because this notes, I wrote it down from that very day it happened. So it was just any little moments I have with the Lord. It's just so big. He's amazing. So I'm going to share this with you. And I just pray that your mind will be open and your ears will be open to hear and just to hear things that, God is doing in this time. God is not sleeping. He is awake. There is a live place called heaven. It is, it is everything that you look for in a life to live, just full of joy, just full of everything that is lacking in the earth and just full of love. And I just thank the Lord for all these experiences that He's giving me. And I just want to share another one with you. So it was just one of those nights. It was a Sunday, March 13th, 2021. It was a Sunday. And I was laying in my bed, and it was sometimes at night. I was laying in my bed, and across my bed there's a couch there, and behind the couch is a door and I was just resting in the Lord. And as I was resting in the Lord, ever sudden, I heard in the spirit, Joel, which means Yahweh is God. And then I heard in the spirit again, he who wrestled with God, which is Jacob. And when I heard that, it was just amazing to hear. And suddenly I was standing in front of this glory tunnel. And my visits in heaven, I went a little bit further into it, describing what a glory tunnel is. So you might want to watch my other videos so you can, I went really explain a little bit more of what the glory tunnel is and what's inside of it and what I saw and stuff like that. So here I am standing in front of this glorious green tunnel. I never used to like green, but since I saw that beautiful glory tunnel, I mean, I love green. I love all colors. I love bright colors because in heaven is full of it. It's just full of just different colors, bright colors, everything. It lacks nothing. So I'm standing in front of this green, beautiful, glory tunnel, and it began to change from green to light green. And then it went from light green to this white, silver color. And I was just standing right in front of it. And then the glory tunnel moved from being in front of me. Now the glory tunnel was above my head. So while I was standing under the glory tunnel. Now it's white and silver. So this substance, I would say, or this energy, liquidy stuff was dripping from, well, I wouldn't say liquid, it's just like, it was like an energy substance. You can't really describe things that you see in the supernatural realm or even in heaven. It's really hard. But it was a substance of something that kind of looked like a liquid that poured down over my head. And once that happened, I began to feel so light. It felt like almost like I had no organs. I was so light that I felt like I could fly. Then I saw this glossy golden like wheel that appeared before me, and the wheel began to just turn inside out, like not inside out, but like in and out of itself. It just keep turning in and out of itself. I mean, I don't know how this happened, but it reminded me of what Ezekiel saw when he saw the wheel, just like it was just turning inside and out of itself. And then it was like almost like there was a shift, like almost like the atmosphere changed. And when that happened, you know, the wheel just continued to just go in and out of itself. And then it turned into this number 8, like it kind of shaped itself into a number 8, and the number 8 was just, because it's two part of it, but somehow it was going in and out of itself, in and out of itself. And then while this was happening, another two set of like another two like another pair of the golden silky gold uh, wheel came. So now it was like 4 of them. So it was just 2 sets of them that are there. And then I was in this other place. In this place, there was no houses, there was no people there. There was like nothing there. It was just like an open space. In this place, I kept hearing this angel telling me to ask God to open my eyes so I can see. So I began asking God, open my eyes so I can see. Once I said that to God, I saw almost like a curtain that got pulled to the side. Like it was like in my the very view of my eyes. And I just began to see just different things. I mean, it just beautiful things, beautiful green grass, just beautiful things I began to see. Every time I asked God, open my eyes so I could see, he would show me a glimpse of different things. Some things I don't even have the words to describe what I saw, but I will do my best to describe some of the things I saw. Then I saw myself at the center of the sea. Now, while I was in the center of the sea was like a big rock that kind of came out of the sea, like uh, and there's like the sea, and then like a big rock in the center, like in the center, in the middle of the sea. On top of the rock, I was sitting on the rock. I mean, all around me was just water. There was nothing there but water. And while I was sitting on the rock, this might be a little weird, but above me, like in the air, all like there's a distance between my head and what I was seeing above my head. Above my head was like a bush tree. It was like a tree above my head that was kind of like giving me shade or something while I was sitting on the rock. That's what I saw. So, and while I was sitting there, and this golden angel appeared before me. And when I saw it was one angel. The angel was like, the angel had like long wings that covered his head and his whole body. And for some reason, I could see his feet. So the angel's feet was like, he kind of had like a bird feet. So I didn't see his face or his body because his wings were so big, it just covered the whole thing. And all I was able to see was his bird feet. And I heard the Lord said to me, I have assigned to you new angels. So once I heard God's voice say that to me, the angels spoke to me and told me to prophesy about the things that I was seeing. So right then and there, I began to prophesy over the things that I was seeing. And then the angels told me that I was not to write about the things that I was prophesying about. So I can't even mention it on here because I don't even remember, even though this happened this year sometime in March, because the angel said, don't write it down. I just want you to don't write it down. Don't tell anybody about it. I just want you to prophesy about the things that you are seeing. So I just remember doing exactly what the angels told me to do. I began prophesying about the things that I saw that I can't talk about. So while in the water, I heard God's voice said to me, God said to me, look up, just like that. So remember, I'm sitting on the rock. So I looked up. I saw things that I don't have words to say. I don't know how to even describe what I saw when I looked up. So when I was prophesying about what I was seeing in front of me, what was around, what was what the angel was showing me. But when God told me to look up, I will do the very best I can to describe at least some of the stuff I saw when God told me to look up, because that I was able I'm allowed to talk about this part. So I looked up. When I looked up, I saw like the heavens open, like the heavens, like when you look up, you see the sky, you see everything. Where the sky, there was no like sky, it was an open space that I could see. The open space was all the way like almost like the third heaven open above my head, to be honest with you. But it was just, and I saw this thing that kind of looked like, the best way I can describe it is a huge hose, like a huge pipe hole, like, but it wasn't like a hole. It was no, there's no earthly things that was holding it. It was just substance that was shaped in a hole that was being poured down from heaven. And the substance began to fall, like, but the substance looked like the color of, like, I don't know, like gold and like brown, and like there's just stuff like substance that was being poured down in the earth. But the heavens was open, and I can't explain it, but the substance that was coming in, and the thing that kind of shaped like a hose with substance coming out of it, but the substance, the substance was shaped in a pipe-like thing, and it was coming down, but it was great in size. I mean, it was massive coming down. I mean, I wasn't afraid. There was no sense of fear. It was more like a sense of what I was seeing. How can I describe what I was seeing? I mean, forget about, I mean, I didn't see the sky. I just saw the heavens open, and the substance was coming down. It was in so much strength. It hit so hard that it must have, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what happened. The substance came down, and like almost like almost like a push, like I don't know, like I wouldn't say a wave, but like an explosion, or like the effects of the subject hitting the water. I don't know. But suddenly I was being blown away. I was up in the heavens. I was up in the heavens. I was so far from the earth. I just don't know what happened. I saw the substance, and then bam, just like that, I was like so far away from the earth. Like I saw, like when I was looking down to the earth, I saw a huge wave, like a wave that just like that. What I just did doesn't even do it justice. Just like a huge wave. And the huge wave pushed me even further into the galaxies. And it was just so amazing because the earth was not moved. The earth was unmoved. It was just in the same spot, so out in space. Like I really cannot explain, and I don't think I'm doing this justice. Then I saw this sign out of the screen of my eyes. I saw the signs that says Yahweh, like that. It covered both the screen of both of my eyes. Yahweh. And when I saw the sign, I began looking at the sign, and I began following the sign. But there was like a gravity that was pulling me toward the sign Yahweh. The more I followed the sign was the more I was being like pulled into it, but it was going more and more and more and more into the galaxies. And the more the name was going, is the more the name started to fade. It started to get smaller and smaller. And I began to follow the name Yahweh. But then I was in the midst of lights, and I was traveling while I was still following the name Yahweh. I was in the midst of just lights, different colors of lights. I was like almost like in the sea of it. And I was still following the name. And then within the lights, I was giving the knowledge that I was traveling in the time of eternity. I was traveling in the time of eternity. I was traveling in time. Like, that's the best way I can describe it, that I was traveling in different time of eternity. And the lights kept pulling me. I was surrounded by lights. I was surrounded by light. I saw the galaxies and just different things. Things that you see that like science would show you is what I saw. I was in awe about what I saw in the heavens. But I was surrounded. The sea of lights were like blankets unto me. And I'm talking about white lights. Lights you've never seen before, different color lights. And I was being pulled, and I was being pulled. And I was still following the name Yahweh, but it was small. The name was just small as I go. I was going from afar. I was just going. I didn't see any earth. At some point I saw no planet. I didn't see like any more planets. I didn't see anything. All I saw were the lights. And the lights were explaining to me I was in the time of eternity, and I was moving in eternity. How to explain that, I don't know, but that's what I was hearing. So I'm explaining to you exactly as I saw it. So when I arrived into this new place, I could have stayed in following the name Yahweh forever, because I was in the sea of lights and they were carrying me. Right. And all I saw was that I was in a place of like love. How can you be in the midst of lights and feel love? I don't know, but that's how I felt. And I felt the safest you could ever feel, ever. And once I was in this place, I asked God, I said, God, where am I? He said, heaven. And oh my goodness. Just to be in the place where God is, it's honorable. He didn't have to do it. God said he looked down to see anyone that it was good. He couldn't find one person that was good, because, we all fall short of the glory of God. But thank the Lord for Jesus. He went on the cross and he took every sin, every pain, every suffering, and he conquered death. By every stripes we are healed. And he ripped, hallelujah, the veil in half. And now we are able to go before the throne of grace boldly and talk to the Lord, where we don't have to kill any animals. We just make sacrifices of ourselves, because we are the temple, the new temple of God. And our sacrifices is just through fasting. Praise the Lord. And while I was in heaven, I was being shown different glimpses of things. I will try to explain to you, but in my place, it was like a kid in the candy store. I just wanted to see everything. But I was giving glimpse into into something that has a cover on it. I wouldn't say like a vase. I wouldn't say that, but it's something that God, I guess there's different pockets of different pockets of world, or different places, different things in heaven that God only allow. I don't know. I'll just explain this. Every time God is going to show me something, it was like a glimpse of different things. So almost as if like he took the lid of something off. And then within that open space, I was allowed to see what was in that space. There was a small space that I was allowed to look down in. The small space was that I was giving a glimpse of the Golden City. I think I explained the Golden City in the previous video I did. I got a chance to see it even on a more open. But in this vision, I was only seeing a glimpse of it in something. Like I'm looking like that. I was looking into something and the lid was taking off that something and I was able to see, and I saw a golden city. Then I looked down into something that looked like a court that was set up like a round table. Then a lid covered it, and I was not able to see more. Then I saw a long dining room table with chairs. It looked like it was set up for like a dinner or something. As I remember it, it was just a long table. I mean, that table went on for like, it was a huge long table. I've never seen a table like that. And the table was covered with like white cloth, like a white, beautiful. I mean, I say white, but it doesn't compare to anything like here. Nothing like here. And then there were chairs on each side of the table, just like a table was being set. And I remember the chairs were like golden, and there were nobody on the chairs. It was like a table being set for dinner. That was kind of like the understanding I had. Then I'm getting excited because some of these memories are coming back into my mind. And I just think the Lord, when God was showing me all these things, his voice was talking to me, but I knew he was right there. I can't explain it. When he was giving me the glimpse of these different places, the Golden City, and he was giving me the glimpse of the court, and he was giving me the glimpse of the dining room table, Jesus was like right there. I could hear him talk to me, but I can't say I physically saw him, but I knew he was there. He was talking to me the whole time. Then I came into this other place. It was like a huge open space, huge open space. I'm going to read it just so I want to make sure I don't miss anything, and I'm going to try to go back and explain it even more in details, but I'm going to read it first. Then I came into this huge place full of white, pure light, the purest light I have ever seen, very comforting to the point you want to lie down and sleep. I felt light. I could feel like I had an audience, but I couldn't see who was around. But I was drawn to the light. In front of me was a huge thing that looked like a wall, like a center or an altar. On the wall was full of pure white clouds of energy brewing, white light, crystal color. I saw an eye, huge eye, looking straight at me. This is hard to explain. I even wrote it down, but I will do my best to explain it. This is what I wrote down. Most of the time, I was extremely out of myself. I was undone. I was high. I was very high on love. So I'm going to just like explain to you a little bit. When I walk into this room, the room was huge. When I walk into the room, I felt like when I walk, it's like a door. I walk in, and then I was in the middle. I was in the middle of the room. In the middle of the room, in front of me is when I saw the cloud, big, huge cloud. I explain it like a wall, but that's the best way I can explain it. But it was, there was clouds, like you see a cloud in a room, so you know it's God. And the clouds, there were lights, and there was the color of crystal lights. It was amazing. It was amazing to see. I mean, what I can remember seeing is that even though I didn't see the people around me, I could tell I was surrounded by people. I was surrounded. I mean, they call it what the clouds of witnesses. I was surrounded by people. I could tell there were people seated around me, and I was standing in the middle of a whole bunch of people that was, whether there were people, angels, I don't know. But all I know is that I was surrounded by people sitting on chairs. And then in front of me there was clouds, there was crystal, there were lights, there was a lot of things going on. And then I saw this angel, and there was this big light. And then I saw the eye. I mean, the eye, it was like a huge eye looking at me. It could have been bigger, but what I saw within the area of the wall, I call it wall because I don't know what else I could describe it, but that's just where my eyes was looking. It could have been the other side of the room. I don't know. But you know how they talk about the elders? Like, you feel that they weren't worshiping. No one said anything. They were just looking at me. They were looking at me. I felt like I was welcome into the place. I felt like I was being like, they were, I don't know, they were happy I was there. I felt like there was some sort of like expectation. They expected for me to be there. I felt like the room was set for me to come in and see and to get the moment, to see within the glory of God, to see. I would say the throne of God have angels. I can't say I saw the angels. I didn't see anything. What I saw were crystal lights. I saw crystals, and I saw lights, and I saw clouds, huge cloud. I mean, huge cloud that was just in one spot. Huge clouds. I mean, I could just lay in it and go to sleep. It was so beautiful. Everything in that room was beautiful. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I was just so drawn by the light I was seeing, the eye I was seeing. Everything had like its own showstopper. I can't say I saw fire. I didn't see fire, but man, did I see crystals. I saw crystal, I saw lights, beautiful lights. I mean, the crystals, like you could see through them, just shining in like I don't know, like you would like, I don't know, if you see a crystal, you could see like some sort of like blinging, like you could see your face. Like, I didn't see my face, but because I wasn't even focusing on that. I was trying to focus about everything that was in the room. So I'm going to try to go to the next thing within the room. So now I don't know if I'm making sense, y'all. I hope I do. I really do. I do hope I do. I hope I make what I saw justice with what I saw. I feel like there were elders around me, and I felt like around the elders were angels, to be honest with you. That's what I was sensing. But did I see them with my eyes? No, but I sensed, just like Jesus, I sensed Jesus was there, but Jesus was talking to me the whole time. The elders didn't speak, or the people that were on the chairs. I mean, the room was big, and all around the room were chairs and people sitting on the chairs. And in front of us, all of us, is this space with crystals and lights and a cloud and the eye. God is so big. It could have been, I don't want to say it was I don't know. But the eye was huge. The only thing I could say is that you could just walk into the eye and go to different places of the eye. It was that huge. So I'm just excited, y'all. My spirit is like jumping out of me. I'm just so excited by who God is. God is amazing. There's so much more to God. Yeah, we come to church and we praise him, we worship him, we come into his glory, we feel good. But my goodness, if you get a chance to go into heaven, man, amazing, amazing. You don't even want to be in this earth anymore. It's so amazing. There is nothing like it. So the eye was huge, just like I explained it. As I continued to look, the eye was full of lights, pure lights. I felt like I wanted to just dive into the clouds of the eye and sleep. There was so much love and peace in the eye. Love I have never felt before. The love was so intense that my eyeballs began to look away and refused to keep looking. Yeah. Then my eyes did something weird. It bowed. My eyes, don't ask me how it did, it happened. I don't know. All I know is that my eyes bow. My eyes bow to the love. Hallelujah. My eyes had its own life. Like my eyes was doing its own thing. I had no control of my being. My eyes was doing its own thing. My body felt like I was being melted into the realm or a sea of love. I had no desire to do anything else but to let my body go to sleep. I had no control of anything, or did I remember anything but where I was? I was like a newborn baby being swaddled up. The mom holds the baby as the mother's heartbeat beats. The baby sleeps into the deep sleep because the heartbeat sounded the same sound the baby felt in the womb. Was what I was feeling when I saw the eye. If you've never experienced the love of God, you are missing out a lot. Jesus said he is the living water. If you have not experienced the love of God, I don't know how to explain it. It just, the eye that I saw was like, I'm just grateful, even if I was able to see God's finger. That's more than a lot of people have seen. And I look into his eye, and all I saw was love. And all I felt within the love was the heartbeat of his love for me. And I just wanted to just climb in and the love as my blanket just put over me and just go to sleep. That's all I wanted to do when I saw it. And just go to sleep and just go to sleep because it's just a love. Like you just have never experienced, I grew up with a father that didn't accept me as his own child. And he wasn't too nice to me because of it. I mean, that wasn't his fault. He didn't know. He didn't know I was his. But when your father and your mother forsaken you, the Lord will lift you up. He's the only love I ever know. I love my children. I love my husband. But God is the only love I have ever known. And he swallowed me. I was swaddled up in his love. I was undone. I wrote down when I came through and opened my eyes. I was in my bed. I was in shock that I had an experience like this. It was amazing. To be honest with you, I was so disappointed when I came back Because once I came back out of the realm of the love of God, then I felt life, just a hit of life. Then I was back into this world where it's just so full of suffering, people suffering, people hunger, just different things. But just seconds ago, I was just with him. I was with him. He brought me into his, whether it was a room in heaven, or whether it was the throne of God, and I was only able to see some things, but it was where I wanted to be. It was where I wanted to be. And it just, there was another, and there was like another vision I had too. It could have been that same night, I don't know, but I would ask God, God, what do you look like? I want to see you. He's full of lights. He's full of lights. And whenever I have a chance to go into the glory realm and I'm worshiping God, I can't say I've seen God, but I've seen his glory. And he's full of light. He's full of light. God is the color of everybody, everything, every being. He's full of lights. And he carries the soul in him. He's full of lights and he's full of love. Everything about him, where he is, where he abides is love. Whether we see a pinky of God's being is more than anything. When I saw the eye, I just saw love. I can't explain that. I just saw love. I don't remember anything else but love. What did love look like? I have no idea. But it was something that looked like a huge eye. And all I wanted to do was climb into the eye and go to sleep and stay there for eternity, because the love, the love, the love, the love I felt so cheated for coming back. I felt cheated. I felt so cheated. I said, oh, all I want to do, I want to live in heaven as well as on earth, because we are seated in heavenly places. Heaven is open for us to go. And how do you go into heaven? You worship the Lord, you seek him, and he'll have experiences with you. He'll take you to the throne room. He'll take you to different places of heaven. I mean, heaven is grand. He could take you anywhere in heaven. And you still won't have, there's not time in a lifetime to see all heaven. And I tell people about this experience I had, and just the love of God. I mean, I really felt like that. I felt like I was being like wrapped in like I was being swaddled up, and just the heartbeat of the mother. When you put the child on your chest and the child hears your heartbeat, and the child just go to sleep, and the child was crying and stopped crying, and just and in the awe of the love of a mother. That's the way I felt. I've never felt like that, and I've been hugged. Oh, my gosh, my God. It was a glorious experience. Maybe one day I'll remember what the angels had me prophesy about, but I don't remember it. And it's not for me to remember because they don't want me to talk about it. So it's a good thing I don't remember it, because I probably would want to share. So the best time was being in that room, a throne room with God.